Hello everybody, welcome. How is everybody doing today? I hope everyone is doing good. I am jumping on my other device just to see if I can find me. And there I are. How is everybody doing? I hope you are doing well. Is it still live? I think so. Facebook must be playing games with me today because I went to go on my other device and it said it was done. So hold please. We're coming on. Grab yourself a drink, a beverage, some water, maybe a pen and a pencil. And yes, we will get started here. Okay, there. I believe I am up and running. Please say hello when you join me live. I like to see who's here. Likewise, if you are catching the replay, also say hello so that I can see who jumped on the replay. Okay. And I am trying to get everything situated here. Let's see. Alrighty, welcome everybody. My name is Kristen Conant and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I am in Ludington, Michigan. So we are about halfway up the state and we are right on the lake. Okay, looks like I did not grab some things to share with you. Go figure, I thought they were all here. No, that's not the case. All right, so one of the things is Paper Pumpkin. You have till the 10th of the month to sign up for Paper Pumpkin. And Paper Pumpkin is a box of crafting fun that is delivered to you in your home. And Paper Pumpkin has just recently moved from paperpumpkin.com and is now housed here in the Stampin' Up! Home, shall we call it. So go on there, check that out. Also, while you're on there checking out Paper Pumpkin, there are lots and lots of online exclusives. That is the only way you can see the online exclusives. That doesn't mean that is, how do I want to say this? Online exclusives are products that are released online only. It means they are not in any of our catalogs, but you want to shop all the things, right? So we are in the process of switching things up a little bit, and if you do any kind of shopping online, this is not going to be any different now. We are letting go of the old, shall we say, and onto new things. So you can find all that we have to offer online now, like any other store that you would go and shop at. We also still have catalogs for those of us who like to hold something in our hands to look at, get inspired from, all the things, but just know that not everything we have are in the catalogs, although they are still great to get that inspiration from and see our colors and certain things at a quick glance. It is not everything that we have to offer. So please, I highly encourage you to get in the habit of checking things out online. With that, also, come April 15th, you will need to have an online customer account. Stampin' Up! Is changing the way they're doing things to go along with switching things up and putting them online, but they're changing things for us as a demonstrator as well. We, as demonstrators, are no longer able to have access to your credit card information. That is something you are going to need to control on your own, which means you need to have an online account. So from now to the 15th of April, and I highly encourage you, the sooner the better, go online, set you up an account so your shopping with me is not interrupted. What is going to happen is super, super exciting, I think. Before, we were focused on an in-home party plan, right? Where you have a host and the host invites all their friends over and they do a party, and then you order things and you help your host out. Well, things change, right? That is one of the biggest changes that has happened with direct sales is people are not following that anymore. And so Stampin' Up! Had put a team together and did research, and they have spent years on this. This was not a quick decision that they came to, but it was a research to see if that scenario was benefiting the company anymore or not, and it turns out, nope, things were changing. And so what they have decided to do with this is now, April 15th, once you have your customer account set up, you the shopper, will start receiving rewards at $20 and above. So for every retail order of $20 and above, you will receive 10% of your shopping, the retail amount, in rewards to use at your next online purchase. So say if you do a $50 order today, you would receive, not today, but April 15th. We're going to pretend today is April 15th. If you go online and place an order of $50, you would receive $5 in rewards. That will be in your account to use the next time you go online to do your shopping. So when you go to checkout, it will ask you if you want to use any of that amount. You do not have to. You can actually accumulate some of your rewards. So if there's things maybe that are a little tough to swallow, shall we say, if the price is a little too steep for you, you can work towards saving those coupons, right? So that you can get a bigger discount on that one item that you really don't want to spend that much on. Okay, so this is a win-win because $20 before, it had to be a $150 order before any rewards were. Now everybody who shops gets rewards as long as you have your account. Okay, there will be more and more information on this coming up, but essentially that is the gist of it. And as always, if you have any questions in regards to this, please reach out to me. But again, I highly encourage you to go online now, set up your customer account so that you're ready to roll when the 15th hits. Okay? Alrighty, so online exclusive paper pumpkin. Also, while you're online, we have kits. So check everything out. Don't be afraid to click on things and look around, okay? You're not going to hurt anything. And if you get overwhelmed where you're at, click on the Stampin' Up! Logo, and that will take you back out to the home page, and you can start over again. Okay, so go on there, check it out. Now, what does Kristen do here in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio? Well, I have classes just about every Monday of the month. And I say just about every month or every Monday because sometimes once in a while there's an extra Monday in the month. March, this month right now, happens to be one of those. So next Monday, this coming Monday, is a free Monday. There's no class on Monday. But be assured, I will be here in my room putting together classes for you in the future. But with that, let's take a look at my April class. It's already March 17th was the deadline to sign up for my product-based class, which is the first Monday in April, which is Monday, April 7th. And this class, we are going to be working with the Adventure Together bundle, and I created its own package. I looked and found a DSP that I wanted to use with some gems that I wanted to use and some linen thread, but we are going to be focused on the adventure together, and this is a camping little bundle that's available online. It's super duper cute, and I'm excited for this class. So the first and last Monday of every month is a product-based class, and the amount, the fee for the class depends on the products that I choose. But all my product-based classes, you do need to RSVP 3 weeks prior so that I can order your products, and it allows time for them to get here because things happen with shipping, as we found out last year, right, in the fall. And it also gives me time then to prep all your pieces so that when you come here to stamp, everything is cut for you, ready for you to just craft and have some fun. So again, the first and last Monday of the month is typically a product-based class unless I'm going to be gone. And we'll come back to that in a second. But the second Monday of the month is my 10-card class. This is a great class to stock up on cards to have on hand for all different occasions. I have all different kinds of things. We do birthdays, anniversaries, thinking of you, for you, hello, close friends, just all kinds of different things. All the things you can think of, we hit on those. Not all at one class, but it is a variety is what I'm saying. Then the third Monday of the month, I do a 6-card class. At the 6-card class, we do 3 different cards, but you are doing 2 of each of the cards. And this class is $25, or it can be free with a $30 order placed that night. Then the third Thursday of the month, I do a kit together class. What is a kit together class? It is our kits. You would pick out one of the kits out of the catalog, online, and we have to do this 3 weeks prior for the kit together so that I can order your kit, have it here ready for class. Now, kits, however, are something that I am allowed to cash and carry. So I do have a few of those on hand. Right now I'm looking at a glance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have about 8 different kits here right now that you could pick from. So if you do not get to order your kit ahead of time, but still want to come craft, that's okay. Come on over. The only reason why I have you do it ahead of time is so that you can get the absolute kit that you want. I don't know that I'll have the kit here on hand that you want because I don't know what you want. So, but we do have kits here that you can pick from if you wish to. Now, Monday, April 28th would typically be my last product-based class of the month. However, for April 28th, I am not going to be here. We are going on vacation. And so there will not be any class on Monday, April 28th. Okay? So that is what's going on in April. May, class schedule's not out yet because we as demonstrators have just been able to look at the brand new annual catalog coming up for you to look at. May 6th is when it goes live to you. So because I'm a demonstrator, I get to see it online right now and decide what products I want to order. And with that, every time we have a new catalog launch, I do a catalog launch party here in my Create with Love Stampin' Studio. It is quickly becoming one of my stampers' most favorite classes. So it's a party. It is so much fun. I have not all the products, but the products that I choose to purchase ahead of time, I will have here on display. We go over those so you can see some of the new products in person, up close, see what they look like, because sometimes they look quite a bit different, just saying, in person than they do online. So we do that at my launch party. We walk through the catalog together. I also also have make and takes for you. Of course, when we get together, there has to be stamping involved. So I want to have a kit ready for you the night of the launch party. Then, of course, it's a party. We have snacks and beverages and just all kinds of fun. It is so, so much fun. So in May, Cinco de Mayo happens to be the first Monday in May, and we are going to have a fiesta here in the Create with Love studio. We are going to celebrate the launch of the new catalog on Monday, May 5th. If you would like to attend my catalog launch party, fee for this class again is $25 or free with the minimum purchase place that night. I sure would love to have you here, and we have so, so much fun. So come on out, let me know, and we will get a spot saved for you. Okay, there are 3 catalogs right now, kind of, sort of, going on. And I say kind of, sort of, because the scrapbook brochure, there is not a published version of this. I printed this off my printer myself and created my own catalog. But there's lots of scrapbooking to see online, and we're going to come back to that here in just a minute. But this is our annual catalog. This is the one that I talked about that will be retiring when the new catalog releases. So there are several products in here that are going to be leaving that you will no longer be able to get. So the point of this is, do not wait to get those items, because when it gets down to this time of year, once things sell out, typically they can't get them back in. So do not wait, because it would make me very, very sad if you did not get the things that you want. And I want to point out something in here, and that is our in colors. We have this set of 5. Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, Moody Mauve, and Pebbled Path. These 5 in colors are going to be leaving us, okay? So if you want anything in these 5 colors, I would highly encourage you to place your order ASAP, because like I said, once things are sold out, they are usually gone. Okay, if you're going to get the ink pad, please do yourself a favor and get the re-inker. I cannot tell you how many times I've had people call and say, hey, you know, I had this color and I'm really sure that this color retired. Is there any way I can get a re-inker? Unfortunately, no, because once things retire, they're gone. So we can't get a hold of anything. You might happen chance onto something that somebody's getting rid of, but there's not a way to specifically ask for that, because once they're retired, they are gone. So please do not wait, okay? And then we also have our mini catalog going on right now. Likewise, there are some products in here that I believe are going away, and then there are some that are carrying over. So check those out. Okay, so coming back to our scrapbooking brochure. I told you last week when we gathered together for my live on Friday that I wanted to share with you some stuff about our scrapbooking. Now, I know I hear some of you say, but I'm not a scrapbooker. Please do not go away. Please do not stop watching the video, because what I'm going to share with you today is not just scrapbooking. I'm actually using some of the scrapbooking stuff to create cards with you to show you the versatility of these products so that you can think outside of the box and use these things for card making as well, okay? So, first off, let's talk about our kits. So our kits come in a bag like this with all the things in them, and you open it up, and in there you will find this sheet, okay? And right on the front, it tells you all the different sizes of the pictures, okay, the mats that you're going to use. Okay, project 1 shows you that there's going to be 2 3x4 pictures on it and 3 4x4s. Project number 2 is going to have 2 3x3s, 2 3x4s, and 1 4x4. Okay, so here's a good reference to the sizing of the photographs. Does that mean you have to stick to it? No, of course not. These are your scrapbook pages. You can do that as you want. But what I love so much about this, I was not a scrapbooker. It's just my husband and I, so I don't have a lot of pictures to scrapbook. It's just something I don't ever think about doing, is taking pictures of us. I don't have any children to leave these things to, and I'm sure my nieces and nephews won't mind a couple of pictures of their aunt and uncle, but I'm sure they don't want a ton. So scrapbooking was not something that I did, but I'm enjoying putting the pages together without pictures on them, and that way when I'm not around, my nieces and nephews, maybe they like them and they want to make scrapbook for themselves. There won't be any pictures on them, so they can put their own pictures in there. So just the thought on that. But in here in the directions, it shows you the orientation of the designer series paper and which designer paper. So this is the front view, this is the back view, and then it tells you what sizes to cut your pieces, and then it tells you a number on each. Like this particular piece, once you cut it, I label it 1L. This one says 1C. This one says 1G. What I like to do is I take a sticky note, just the small ones, they're like a little strip, and I put that number and that letter on each piece as I cut it. So that way when I go back to do each one of my projects, I know which project it's going to go with, and I don't have to remeasure and all the things. It's already labeled. I know what it is, and so there you go. So, and then over here is more cutting. Again, the different designer paper. Then on this page, they get into our two-tone cardstock. So it's light side up, dark side here. This one is dark side up, light side down. Okay, because the asterisk means front and back. Okay, that's as you're cutting it. And then we have white down here. So white is white, right? It doesn't matter which side. And then the next thing you come to is starting to look at the page layouts. So for this particular page, this is project number 1, page 1. And page 1 down here, it says prepare for both pages. Well, if you've already cut the DSP and the papers up front and you labeled them, these should already be ready to go. But if you need help sorting them out, you can quickly look at here, look at the sticky that's on your piece, and you'll be able to sort them to your project. Then down here it says assemble. So now here it even tells you the measurements so you can find the correct placement. Now, do you have to measure it? No, you don't have to, but it does help. So if you're unsure of the exact placement, they do have measurements here for you as well. And then over here would be the second page. So this would be your 2-page spread, page 1 and page 2. And it'll say left page and right page, okay? And again, over here, they told you all the pieces you need. Down here, it tells you what you need to assemble your second page, okay? And they do that for each of these. There are 3 2-page layouts in each of these kits. And like I said, I absolutely love them because I was not a scrapbooker, and it tells me exactly where I need things. And then these are all my leftovers from doing those pages. And so let me show you, without making a hot mess over here, I have done some of the pages. And some of these are no longer available, but we had Christmas ones or snow ones, and I did some of those, but I want to go to that birthday one that I just did. Here's a fall one, a fall kit that I did. I know you probably can't see much of it, but it's okay. This is our Meant to Be, which was a spring one that I did. Okay, again. Okay, so here is the birthday one. So here it is. Okay, there is page 1 that I did from the birthday one. Here is the second page, and I'm hoping you can see these. I know the books are way bigger, but again, okay, here's the second page is on this side, and here is the first page. So trying to show you this so you can get an idea of it. This happens to be a D-ring binder. We are going to have both a D-ring binder and we are going to have a post binder book. So you will get to choose which style book you want, and those will be available when the new catalog comes out, as well as page protectors for each style. So again, here's another page from that birthday one, and here is a second one. So look, even I can look like a good scrapbooker with these kits. So all right, so hopefully that gives you an idea of what the scrapbooking looks like. And so the one that I want to share with you today that I'm actually going to be making cards with and not scrapbook pages is right here. It is called Everyday You and Me, and there are pages on display here. I'm sure those are the ones from inside of the kit. So you can buy the kit, which I do have. So let me grab that here. And I'm becoming a frog all of a sudden. But this is the kit. This kit is $40 to purchase it, and it has everything other than photos and adhesive for you to put the stuff together. Okay, so it'll show you all the stuff that's in here. All right, so there are designer series paper in here. There are die cuts. There are sticker sheets. So yeah. Look at all the stuff that you get in here. Whoops. The sticker sheets are right here toward the back. See those? Aren't those gorgeous? I love the colors in here. We're going to go over those here in just a little bit. Here's some of our two-tone paper that you're going to be using. Then also in conjunction with the stickers, we've also got die cuts, printed dies that you would just pop out, and then you could either add adhesive to the back, or you could put them up on dimensionals if you wish. So there is, of course, that creativity that you want to do with it. And then more paper here. We've got some one-sided sheets depending on what they have designed for the pages, and then we have our designer paper. Okay, so that's what our kit looks like. Here is the instructions for this one. So again, directions front and back on what to do with this. Okay, and then in addition to the kit, when we go to the next area here, there is a stamp set that coordinates with it. And this particular one has a stamp set and set of dies. Now, mine are not all put away because I just got done prepping for the cards to make with you. But here is the stamp set. This is the case. So all my stamps are mounted on blocks here waiting for me. But this is the stamp. So as a bundle, it is $43. The $43 you get the stamps and the dies. These are all the dies. These are not the dies. The dies are out here, as you can see. But what I do is, as soon as I get my dies in an order, before I remove any of my dies from the sheet, I lay it on my printer copier and I copy the dies as they are on the sheet. And this does two things for me. Number one, it helps me to know what dies go with each of the cases, and it helps me to keep from losing a die, right? So if I have a loose die, I am able to find easier which set it belongs to. So this is just something I like to do so that I know which dies go with that. And then what I do is I put these two together, and I think I left my rubber band over there because we're going to be using this, but I rubber band these two together so I know that they stay together. Okay. But in here, besides the stamp set and the dies, you could, that sticker sheet was the first sheet that I showed you in the kit. You could buy the sticker sheet and the DSP together if you want to create more pages that coordinate and have embellishments and things that coordinate. Do you need more than what you get in the kit to complete it? No. But if you like to design your own pages and maybe you're not interested in the kit but still want to create your own pages, you too can get the stickers and the designer series paper and create your own. But I will tell you there are some things in the kit that you cannot get when you purchase separately like this. Like the gray granite die cuts that were in the kit. You cannot purchase them. They're not included in here. Okay? Then we also have a variety pack of our two-tone cardstock. Our two-tone cardstock is our Stampin' Up! Colors, but it's lighter on one side and full strength on the other. And I say full strength because it's like our inks. If you ink up a stamp and stamp it, that is the darkest the ink is, so that's what we call our dark side. Now, a lot of our inks, after you stamped it off, you can stamp it again and still see the color of it. That's what we call stamping off, and that is a lighter tone of the same ink, and that is what is on the second side of this paper. And this paper happens to be white core, meaning it's white on the inside, so it lends itself well to many other techniques for our card makers. So this is what I'm saying, think outside of the box on this stuff. But this is, yeah, it's amazing. Okay. Whew, that was a lot of information, you guys. Are you still with me? I hope so. Okay, so here's my dies, and I had these that needed to go on there. And like I said, this is why I like photocopying this, because then I know where the dies go and if I have them all. Okay? So just a little help in organization with all of your things. Now, in addition to the stamp set and dies, I am bringing in this set of dies. You could buy them by themselves, and you could have got them in a bundle at Christmas time. It was called Greetings of the Season. And these dies are still online right now, and I believe they are on clearance, which kind of breaks my heart because I really love the shapes of these, and I have been using these a lot. And today is no exception. I'm going to be using some of the dies from here in our card making with you today as well. Okay, are you guys ready? Ready? Okay, so for this first card, I am going to bring in all of my pieces. And for this one, I chose a piece of Pretty Peacock. It is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and is the perfect size. So I'm going to line up my corners, make sure that this is burnished so my card lays flat. Okay, let me grab a drink. Okay, then I need a piece of Whisper White, right? No. Oh Lord, I think it's a basic white. Oh my gosh. Wow. One of those colors is an old one, and I don't know where that came from, but it came out of the woodworks. Okay. 4 by 5 1/4 piece of white. Then I cut 3 different pieces of designer series paper. Each of these designer series paper measures 1 3/8 by 3 3/4. So here are the 3. These designer papers are coming from this scrapbooking kit, okay? So this is the designer paper. Then I need a piece of one of the designer papers to coordinate, and so I chose this one. This measures 4 inches by 1/2 inch. Then I chose a piece of gray granite that is 5/8 of an inch by 4. Sorry. And then I need a scrap piece of, actually let's go 1 3/4 by 3 inch piece of wild wheat cardstock. And I have somebody on here, I am pretty sure she did not like wild wheat. So yeah, it's really a nice color. I love it. It has grown on me a lot, and yeah, I think it's a very good color. It's a very golden color. So I went ahead and those extra dies, I used this die right here and I ran it through the machine already and die cut that out. Then I've also grabbed my linen thread for today, and I have 2 8-inch pieces of linen thread held together and tied a bow. So that is ready to go. And so now I need to bring in my adhesive, and I'm going to put adhesive on the back of that 1/2 inch strip. And this is going to go down. Yeah, no. So I thought my leaves were upside down. Yep, they were, so I had to turn it around. So that's going to go on the bottom of there, and then I'm going to put adhesive on here, and this is going to go on the inside. Okay? So this is the liner for my card. This is where I can write my message. Okay? And now I'm going to grab one of the greetings out of this set, and it says, "So much joy." So I'm going to grab my Pretty Peacock ink and ink up my greeting. And because it's a photopolymer stamp, I can look down through my block and see exactly where I am stamping my greeting. Gonna put that on there, and there we go. Okay, so there is that. That's all stamped. Stamping is done because I went ahead of time, and those flowers and leaves and things that are in here, to save time with you, I went ahead and stamped and die cut a bunch of these out ahead of time so that you wouldn't have to sit here while I did all that. So let's take this designer paper and put adhesive on the back of here, and I'm going to start at the bottom, and I want approximately 3 equal borders around here. Okay, so that one's going to go on first. Then I want this striped one, and this one is going to go here again. Okay, so that's going to go on here like so. Then this one, see, that's the front and back, so you have all kinds of choices with this designer paper. You get to choose which patterns, which sides you want where. And then this one is going to go up here, and again, approximately 3 equal sides. Then this piece, again, I'm going to put adhesive on here, and then this is going to go right here in the middle. And you can see that, yes, this strip is a little bit longer than the DSP. That was supposed to be that way. This actually is a sketch that I found online. A lot of times when I'm unsure of things that I want to make or how I want my cards to look, I go online and look at what they call card sketches to get some inspiration from. So I am going to put some dimensionals on here. Now my dimensionals, again, I take a highlighter and color on my sheets, so when my dimensionals are on a piece of white and I'm not sure if the backing's removed or not, this at a quick glance lets me know whether I do or do not, because I have it colored with a highlighter. And so now I'm going to take my mini glue dots and that bow that I have already prepared, and this is going to go on here like so, but I'm not done yet. That's cute. You could be done if you wanted to, right? Not me. Nope. We're gonna do a little something something. So sticking with the colors, I'm thinking about adding some of the flowers here. Let me see. Down here, yes, I think I like that. And then I've also went ahead and done some of the leaves. And I think I should have done some pretty peacock, but I did not, but that's okay. It's all right, it's all good. Let me see, what do I want to do? You know, I'm thinking I might want one of those maybe there. Bring in some of that gray, and maybe I have all different ones over here done up, and I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. Looks cute. See how you go from a little something to a little bit more? So now I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this one. And I know this one I want up towards the top here. Okay. And I think I'm going to put these flat as well. So a little bit of adhesive on the backs of these. And I'm going to put my lighter one here and my darker one here. And now I'm going to put adhesive on here, my wild wheat that was stamped off. So this is full strength, pretty peacock. This one was a nope, sorry, I think that one's the same peacock stamped off. That one's a wild wheat, and this one is gray granite, which gray granite, there's some striping in here, and gray granite is the stripe here that I put there. So there we go. There is card number 1. So see, you can use scrapbooking products to create cards. What do you think about that? You like that one? All right. Now, this next one is actually 2 for 1. You're going to see why here in just a second. So for these two, I have cut a piece of wild wheat that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So line up the corners here. Okay. Make sure that's nice and flat. So there's my wild wheat card. card base. Then I'm also grabbing a piece of Mossy Meadow that is 8.5 by 5.5, also scored at 4 1/4. Okay, and burnished to make sure that is ready to go. Okay, then I need a piece of basic white and a piece of very vanilla. Each of these is 4 by 5 1/4. Those are going to be the liners for inside of my card. Then, oh boy, yep, I cut one and not another. I'm going to do a strip, a 1/2 inch by 4 inch for the inside liner. Then I grabbed 2 pieces of one gray granite that is 1/2 inch by 5 1/4 of the gray granite, and then a 1/2 inch, and this happens to be 8.5 of the Lost Lagoon. You'll see why I have them here in a minute. Then I have 2 bows already tied, just like I did on my last one. 2 8-inch pieces held together, tied into a bow. Then I took a piece of vanilla that was 2 1/4 by 4 and used those dies, that extra set of dies. So I have one cut here, and then I grabbed a piece of white that was 2 1/4 by 3 inches and cut this shape out for this card. Okay, then lastly, for these 2 cards, you need 2 pieces of DSP that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, so that's what it looks like, and I'm gonna hold these together, and I've got to grab one more thing here. I need my paper trimmer. Okay, and I'm going to turn it around here so it's the right direction. So I'm going to take my paper trimmer and I'm going to put my, let's see, what way do I want it? I think I want it this way. I'm just going to put these in here. There is no measuring on this. You're just going to put your pieces in here where you think it looks good. And then I'm going to take my cutting blade. Hopefully you can see this. I like to start with my blade in the middle of my designer paper so that I don't get scraggles starting and stopping. Sometimes you can push in on the edges of your DSP, and then I don't like that. It makes it too messy. So there's my 2 cuts. So those are exactly the same. So you might be thinking, now why did you do that? Well, because I can take this one and they match up, and I can take this one and they match up, or I can take one and flip it over, and then you get another whole look, don't you? So what I am going to do with this one is these 2 are going to be together, and I should have brought my silicone craft sheet, and I think I'm going to do the lagoon on that one or that one. Actually, I think I like it on that one. So I am going to put some adhesive on that 1/2 inch strip. I know I'm probably not in camera. I put adhesive on that 1/2 inch strip, and I'm going to hold these 2 together. Like I said, I should have had my craft sheet, but I didn't. So I'm going to lay this across the cut and just give that a second to adhere. And while we're waiting for that one to adhere, I'm going to put adhesive on this gray granite one. And you can see by flipping it over, now you get them in the opposite direction too, don't you? So I'm going to lay this one across here like so. And I want them off on purpose because now I am going to come in with my paper snips. Oh, you can see that one didn't get glued down. It's all good. Just come back in put some adhesive on here. Match these back up. Hopefully I'm in view. My camera today, I'm telling you, I don't know if I'm in view or not in view. Anyhow, this needs to get lined up. Okay, so there is that. So I got that glued down. So now I'm going to take my paper snips and cut off flush with the DSP. Okay, like so. But this is the front. Okay, and then this one is going to go over here, and I think I'm going to do this one over here. So again, this one is all glued together, so I'm going to snip this off, and I'm going to snip this one off. Okay, and so now this one is going to get glued down to here like so. So now I can put adhesive on the back of this one. Okay, and this is going to go on here like so. Then this one has the white piece that's on the inside, and I have this 1/2-inch strip. And so I'm going to put adhesive on here. And this is going to go down at the bottom of my white liner. Okay, this is going to get adhesive on it. This will go on the inside of my card. Okay, like so. And now we're back to this one. So we're going to put adhesive on this one. This is going to go on here, like so. And then I would cut another 1/2-inch piece of designer series paper, which I didn't do for this one. It's all good. You can add it later. So I'm going to go ahead though and put the liner in. And I will add that other piece of DSP to the inside. And I will pick one of these patterns to put on the inside. Okay? And so now we need to stamp our greetings. So the vanilla one is over here. My white one is going to be here. And so I need my greetings. And okay, that one goes with that one, right? And this one goes with, nope, opposite. What the reason I picked these out ahead of time, because one of the stamps is longer than the other, and I think I got it backwards still. Yep, that one goes with that one, and this one goes with that one. I'll get it. Okay, so for this one, let's do Mossy. We're gonna bring in Mossy Meadow and ink this up. This one, because I can see through my stamp. I know right where to stamp it, so there is that one. And for this one, what color ink do I want to use on this one? What color? I think I'm going to go with Peacock. Yeah, I'm going to go with Peacock. So I'm going to ink this up. Look down through my stamp again so I can see right where I'm stamping. Okay, and there is that one. Now both of these go up with dimensionals. Okay, I'm just going to put 2 on these to make it quicker. Okay, So again, this one's going to go across here. You could run it diagonally if you want to. I want my words to be straight though, so that's going to go there. Then I have mini glue dots for my bows that I had already pre-made. So one's going to go on here. I need another one. Oops. This one is going to go on here, like so. Now we just need to add those flowers and leaves like we did before. And so we have this one. We've also got this other shape. I don't think I did that one the last time. I don't remember. Oh, no, that is the one I did, but I didn't do this one. Shall we do one that way? And one there. And then let's do a, should we do a large? I think I'm going to do these. Where's my glue dots? See, once you have these stamped out and die cut out, you can just play with these till you get the look that you want, right? Layer them up. Sometimes I like to create a single embellishment, if you will, from all the pieces. Oops. These. Okay, and then this one is going to go on here, and then that can go right there. Okay, and I believe I'm going to lay those flat, and then, okay, I am going to do, let's see, how about light and a dark, and I have that same leaf stamped off. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with this one. Take this one. This one's going to go here. Then we will take this one and put a light one here. Put some adhesive on this one. This one will go here. Okay, so there's one ready to go. Now I need this one. And on this one, I think I'm going to go this way. And should we do there? And let me see. Do one up there, one there, over there. Yeah. Okay. So you can see by having your pieces, you can have so much fun, can't you? Just picking and choosing and all the different things that you want to do. Okay, there's that. Yeah, I think I like that. So let's go with that. So again, put adhesive. These are gray granite leaves. Again, just using the colors that are in the designer series paper. And, okay. And don't go anywhere. I still have one more card to make with you. This one's going to go over this way, and then this one is going to go here, like so. So there are those two. So 2 cards in one, basically the same thing. Again, you held the 2 DSP together, made 1 cut, and you have your card fronts. Okay, so there's those 2. Okay, this next one, you are going to need a piece of wild wheat. that measures 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I scored it at 3 inches. Then I need a piece of white that is 4 by 5 1/4. I need a piece of white that is 3 by 3 3/4. I need a piece of Pretty Peacock that is 3 1/4 by 4. And then I need 2 pieces of DSP. One of the DSP is measuring 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then the other one is measuring 1 3/8 by 5 1/2. Okay? And so this one, the first thing you're going to do is take your white liner. This one is going to get centered in here, okay? Then this piece, the skinnier of the DSP, but the longer one, I'm putting adhesive on the back of it, and I am matching up the edges. So the bottom edge, the side edge, and the top. Okay, so there is that. So when that is closed, see, you see that. Now this piece, I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this one, and then this one is going to go on here like so. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So now we're down to these two, and so on this one I am going to open up my wild wheat, and I want my larger wild wheat image, and I need a scrap piece of paper. You'll see why here in just a second. I'm going to take this one, ink it up, and I'm going to stamp off. And let's do, we're going to do this one down here like so. Okay, then I need the medium size flower, which is this one. I'm going to ink this one up, and this one is going to be full strength, and this one is going to go right here like so. And then I'm going to bring in some Lost Lagoon, and I need the smaller flower, inking up Lost Lagoon, and this one is going to go right here like so. And now I forgot to mount one of these. And here it is. There are other stamps on here, and I need this one right here with the little dots on it. And so I'm going to take one of these blocks and put this on here. And now I am going to close my Lost Lagoon, and I want to bring in my gray granite. Oh, and I need the leaves, which is one I just took off, right? Yeah, I don't need this one, so this one can come off. This one's gonna go in here. Okay, gray granite, ink it up, and we're gonna do one, and I'm gonna stamp it again without re-inking. And then I'm gonna take this one. And you know what? I don't like that at all. It's all good. That gray granite was just too dark for me. So let's start over. Real quickly, I'm going to show you how fast. Does it have to be fast? Nope. Okay, there's that one. Oh, I need full strength. Like that. This one's going to go here. That one's done. Lost Lagoon. even when you plan these out, things don't always go according to plan, right? And it is okay. Just regroup, deep breaths. Okay, now back to the leaves. Sorry, I did not like the way that looked whatsoever. So we're going to do one here, stamp off again, one here, stamp off, one here, stamp off. We're going to go one here, stamp off, and do one there. Okay, there is that. Okay, now I need my pretty peacock ink, and I am going to take this little dots, and I'm going to put one up here, and I'm going to do one down here, and we're going to do one more right there. Did you know that things in threes and in a triangular shape is more eye-pleasing? It draws your eye in. So now I'm going to take one of the other greetings that is in this set that says happy. So I'm going to ink this up, and then happy is going to go in pretty peacock right here, like so. Okay, and now I am going to take, see, there was my first one that I didn't like, but you don't tell people that you didn't like it. You just flip it over, because Stampin' Up! Makes special paper just for me. It makes two-sided paper. So there is that. Now this is going to go over here, and let me see. Yep, I think I'm going to add some visual interest by doing it cattywampus. And so I know that if I keep my dimensionals mainly to this side, we will be good. I'm going to do one more just for good measure. Okay, take those off. This is going to go like so. And the card is now done. What do you think? Isn't that cute? So cute. So there's the last one. Okay, here's card number 1. Here's card number 2, card number 3, and card number 4. Oh, I didn't realize I used the same DSP. Oh well, you have lots and lots of choices with the DSP. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the cards that I have done for you today. And I hope you see our scrapbooking products in a whole different light. They are not just for scrapbooking. Like I said, they make wonderful cards. If you want to see anything that I used today, you can go online. All of our products are online. If you purchase using the host code that I have there on that sheet, if you do a $50 order before shipping, handling, and tax, you will receive for free March card kit. Okay, if you do a $55 order, you will receive March's card kit, and you will receive a free embellishment of my choice. So by you using that host code, that helps me to continue to bring projects to you to share with you every week. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next Friday at 2 o'clock. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.